Welcome to Yoga for Athletes. My name's Alicia. Let's begin. Come into a tall seat. Close your eyes. Let your hands rest gently on the thighs. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And sigh it out. Dropping into your body. And begin to breathe deeper breaths. Preparing yourself for your yoga practice, coming into a very present state. Letting go of your day this far, letting go of what is to come. Allowing yourself just to be here with nothing to do other than your yoga, no one to look after other than yourself. Begin to deepen the breath, letting it be the anchor to the present moment. Throughout our practice, whenever the mind begins to wander, allow the breath to bring it back. Begin to focus just on the breath that you're breathing presently. And let go of whatever else it was you were thinking about. Allow the eyes to open, and we'll begin. Drop your hands back and down behind you, bend the knees, and splay the feet out to the sides. We're just going to start to windshield washer the legs side to side. So just feeling out the hips, maybe taking a little bit of that massage type action to the glutes. Good, and we're going to try some without the hands, so it becomes more active. And just notice if there's any crunching, if you feel a little bit crispy today. Good. And then we're going to settle to one side. Bring your shin parallel with the top edge of your mat, and the left shin parallel with the long edge of the mat. Level your torso over top of your thigh and just walk your hands forward. You can allow the forehead to roll all the way to the floor. And take a few deep breaths right here. If you want to take this posture a little bit deeper, walk your hands closer to your foot. This is called the fallen deer pose, and it's a really excellent substitute for pigeon. If the hips are too tight to have a functional pigeon, you should fall in deer. Inhale, press yourself back up. We're going to fold the knees over to the other side. Parallel the shins with the sides of the mat. Turn your torso to the left side, lengthen the spine, and then hinge forward the hips, coming into your fold over top of your left thigh. Again, just bringing the hands closer towards your left foot if you need a little bit more intensity here. Or try to release through the hip. Try to see if you can embody the exhale of the breath, the softness there. The inhales are great for gathering energy, for lengthening the body, and the exhales are great for the surrender part. The letting go of the tension in the area, in the mind, in the spirit. Inhale, press yourself all the way back up. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. You can make the diamond shape longer or shorter in the legs. I prefer mine longer so that I can tilt my pelvis forward a little bit more for the stretch. So you can begin pressing hands back and down behind you, leaning the chest forward. And you might have this traction here, like if you press a little bit, you get to fold a little bit deeper, just take a bit more from the pose. But then if you find that you need even more, you can hang onto the feet and pull yourself a little bit deeper. Try not to round too much through the back as you do this. Just like a gentle, healthy amount of rounding. Deep breaths. Staying present, staying in your body while you practice, so you can notice all of the things. Good. Inhale, pick yourself all the way back up. Bring the feet out together and then rock the knees in towards each other. Just a little bit of that internal rotation. Okay, take the feet out wide now. Wide-legged fold position. Sprinkle the fingers back and down behind you. Inhale, pick up your chest. Exhale, lean forward. And then maybe if pressing back behind you isn't enough, you'll reach the hands forward and allow a bit of rounding as you come forward. I like to really use my breath in these longer hold postures. So on the inhale, I will accentuate the length in the pose. So maybe that's in the legs, like drawing a bit more length into the back of the legs, but generally in the spine. So inhale, lengthen the spine, maybe just a little bit. And exhale, soften and fold deeper, maybe just a little bit. And then incrementally throughout each pose, we get to come deeper into it. So it does help to go deeper into poses, but it also helps to keep that connection to the breath for the whole practice. Inhale, begin to press yourself all the way back up. Take the left foot to the inner right thigh. Turn your torso to face the right side. Sweep your hands high. Exhale, fold. So again, here you can use that breath, using the inhales to find length, the exhales to fold deeper. So I often say, like, take the space with your inhale, and on the exhale, move into the space. And it might not be visible to someone watching you move into the posture, but you'll feel it. You'll feel the energy and you'll feel the intention, and eventually you'll start to feel yourself deepening. Right, inhale, walk your hands up. Place the left hand beside your left thigh. You're gonna lean into the left knee, swing your hips high, a nice little back bend, a great counter pose to a deep fold. It's called Stargazer. Exhale, lower all the way down. Extend the left toes out, right foot comes to the inner left thigh. Turn your torso to face the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold deeper. And I think in this posture specifically, it's really good to pay attention to where you hold the stretch, where you feel it the most. So some of you will feel it into the hamstrings, and that is probably where most of you will feel it. Some of you might feel it in your low back on the opposite side of the leg that you're folding toward. So when that's happening, you know that the back is a little bit more tight. And then you know also if it's more tight on one side, because you'll feel it, like I feel it more when I fold to my left leg specifically. I know that the right side of my body is typically more tight than the left. It's just something to be aware of. One more breath here. Inhale, walk up. Plant the right hand by your right hip and lean into the right knee. Sweep open left hand, reach your hips high. Deep breaths, expanding the lungs, the rib cage on both sides. Exhale, lower your hips back towards the floor. Nice. So we're gonna stand with a wide-legged position now. So just splaying the feet out nice and wide. Pinky toe edge of the foot on the floor, so I don't want any of the outside of the foot lifting off the floor. If you don't have that, just bring your feet closer together until you can find that. And then in this posture, sometimes it might be a bit too much on the hamstrings, so the feet come wider. That's usually a little bit easier on the hamstrings. So take a deep breath in, lengthen the back, exhale to fold. Then if your head's on the floor and you don't feel much, you can bring the feet closer together. I like to walk my hands back so that I can traction a little bit deeper, very gently into the pose. Now try this, keeping the heels on the floor, take a lot of the weight into the ball of the foot, and just notice what that does to the legs, how it changes the posture, the stretch. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to release. Good, bring your hands out in front, tent the fingers in the floor, lengthen the spine, then take a bend into the right knee. We're gonna hover the torso just above the right thigh to begin. So you can stay here like this with the hands on the floor supporting, but if your back is straight and it feels strong, float the arms. So what this does is it does provide a little stretch, which is nice, but it also starts to heat up through the inner thighs and the hip flexors, so we can stretch a little bit deeper in some more poses. 2 more breaths. I'm sorry if you already worked out today. This can be a little bit intense if you did a lot with the legs. I know this. Hands come down, walk them all the way to the other side, bending your left knee, hovering the torso just above your thigh, and maybe floating the arms here. Deep breaths. So the inhale breath can also gather the energy that you need for a challenging pose. You breathe in and try to send the intention, send the energy to the place in the body that is struggling. One more deep breath in and out. Hands come down. Come back to the right side. We'll give the left side a rest. So we're going to try to do this next one with the heel on the floor. If it's impossible, that's okay. You can pick your heel up. We're going to sink all the way over into the right side. Flip your left toes high. You can reach forward to counterbalance or maybe bring your hands in front of your heart or totally keep them on the ground. In yoga, we call this Skandasana. 2 more breaths here. And just notice, like when we pause in these poses and breathe for a little bit, do you find yourself going deeper? Like in 30 seconds, just notice how much deeper you come into the pose. Inhale, pick up the hips. Exhale, take them to the left. Look the right toes high. Try to keep the left heel down, reaching forward or hands in front of your heart, or like totally supporting you on the floor. Whatever you need to do. Again, sorry if you worked out today. It's good for you though. This is the good work. One more breath. Come back through center. We're gonna make that shape with the legs again that we were in before in the wide-legged fold. This time, you're gonna clasp your hands behind your back and fold into it again. So I know with the CrossFit bodies, with these really strong chests, it's like unlikely that your hands will reach very far off of your sacrum. And I've been there and I know that, and like I still don't have that much space here. So just try your best, soften through the chest, soften through the shoulders. Try not to force it to actively like press your hands away, but rather to melt into the pose as much as you can. Breathe. Be with your exhale. Good, release your hands to the floor, lengthen the spine. And then we're going to take a few breaths and move really intuitively. So bending into one side, taking any kind of the half squat, walking your hips levelly over to the other side. So you can just kind of do this on your own. Whatever is feeling nice in your body, you're going to do that thing. So you can have the hands down or not. You can make little twists on the sides, whatever feels nice. I really like to offer this because I think the dynamic movement is really great for tight adductors and tight hips, but all of us feel things and hold stress in different areas. Hands back through center, hips back through center. Walk your hands over to the right side. Wiggle the right knee over enough that you can fit your shoulders inside the right knee. Lower your left knee down. Good. Walk the hands up just a little bit, maybe level with the big toe, and then drag your palms back towards you. So the pelvis comes closer towards the earth. Gaze forward. Flex your toes towards the sky, then open up the right knee. You can press yourself up on fingertips, which can be really nice, leveling the pelvis closer to the floor, or come down deep and explore the sensation there. It's good to do one or the other or both. Like, no, don't always choose the same one. Good. Inhale, press your hands back up. You're gonna wiggle the right foot across to the left wrist. Place your knee down. And this is where, if your shin comes parallel and your hip feels okay and you can come into one-legged pigeon, fine, stay. I move my shin back because that's too much on my knee. But if you need even more space there, come into the fallen deer pose with the parallel shins to the edges of the mat like we did before. So for this one, you can come down, lean over top of your thigh once again. Deep breaths. On an inhale, press in the hands and crawl them forward. And then bring them over towards the right side. So you're gonna lean farther over top of your right knee, fold there. Inhale through center, walk the hands over towards the left. So you're leaning more over top of your foot. And just notice how this changes the sensation in your hip where the stretch moves to different places. Inhale, bring your hands back through the center. Crawl them all the way in, lean all the way onto your right hip, and you're gonna cross the left leg all the way over top of the right, kind of pretzeling the legs. Now plant the left hand down by the left hip. Inhale, reach up right hand. Exhale out everything as you come into a twist. You can use the elbow against your thigh to press yourself deeper. Inhale for length. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, move the gaze back even more. One more breath in, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale through center. Exhale, little dip to the right, just unwind the spine, counter pose. Nice. And then you're going to swing the left leg all the way back. Walk yourself over, just coming into lunge the right toes. Good. So lizard on the left side now. The right knee can be lowered down. Move the palms up level with your big toe. They can be flat or maybe pressed up on the fingers. Drag the palms back. So we're trying to draw some length into the spine when we drag the palms back. I cue this a lot, but I think it feels so good and I think it's really valuable. And then maybe come down a little bit. Flex the left toes, open your left knee. And you can decide if you like to come up high on the fingers or if you want to come down nice and low. Try to avoid like too much rounding in the spine because I think we'll try to compensate. It's not very important to get your head on the floor. It is important to keep the spine a little bit long so that the stretch stays in the pelvis, in the left thigh. Two more deep breaths here. Long inhales, soft exhales. Deep breath in, soft breath out. Inhale, press up on the hands. Wiggle the left foot behind the left wrist and move it back any amount to make yourself comfortable. So set up for one-legged pigeon. And also deer pose. So you're going to walk the hands out now. And see if you can soften this pose even a little bit more. Like, can you relax your forehead and your jaw? Can you relax your abdomen? And that's a tricky one because I think a lot of us kind of suck it in a lot of the time. Just see what you think about that. Inhale, reach the fingers really far forward. Exhale, walk them over to the left side. Inhale, bring your hands back through center, and then take them over to the right side. Inhale, hands back through center, walk them all the way up, sit all the way down onto your left hip, pull the right leg over top, pretzel the legs, right hand comes to the earth, inhale, pick up your left hand, exhale, twist to the right, grow tall with your inhales, twist deep with your exhales, inhale tall, exhale twist, inhale lengthen, exhale, move in the space. One more breath in and out. Inhale back through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Good. Extend your legs out and slowly lower all the way down to your back. Pull the knees in towards the chest and give yourself the biggest, tightest squeeze. Maybe rock a little side to side. Maybe circle the knees. You want to find that massage type action that you can get between the bones and muscles in the floor. And then pull the knees apart. Hang on to the insides or the outsides of your feet. Happy baby. Can rock a little side to side if it feels nice. Then release your feet to the floor Keep the knees bent. Give the knees a little windshield washer side to side. Nice work. Extend the feet flat. Hands splayed out. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out. Melt into earth. Release the practice that you've done. And release your hold on the breath and let the breath be natural and organic. See if you can let go of the muscles and the bones and just sink into the earth. You can stay as long as you like. Thank you for your practice. Namaste.